All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a new product review on the InnovaCAR Rinseless S3, and if I got time, I'll follow it up with the InnovaCAR Quick Detailer. Now they are kind of neat looking bottles. I do like the clear different bottles there. They come with these little pamphlets that hang on them, lots of little writing inside them, but kind of high end. At least they come with something cool. So we got the Quick Detailer, and we'll get into that later. Right now we're going to talk about the Rinseless. This is the S3, and they state, you know, it's a shampoo with added probiotics for rinseless washes. They kind of emphasize the probiotics part. Not really sure what that means. If you guys know what that means, let me know. If you know other companies that have that, let me know in the comments below. Now we're going to be using this at, I've got 1 ounce here, so about 30 milliliters, and I'm going to put it into 5 quarts of water. It's about exactly how they say. They want you to use 20 to 50 milliliters of this into about 4,980 milliliters of water, which is about 5 quarts. So we're right there within parameters. And then they want you to make a waterless, if you're going to do it that way, at 1 to 100. Is that right? So I can put 10 milliliters, and then they kind of specified 910 milliliters of water. So I'll put that in here right now. That's supposed to make me like about pretty close to a liter here. I can tell you this stuff smells like some old shaving cream cleaning solution. Not very good. I mean, it's not awful, but it's old product, like a 1960s shaving cream it reminds me of, or something like that. So we've got our waterless made, and I'll take you over now. We'll be using the Solo. You know, it's hard to find these. They've made like a new version, and I like this version better. And these are kind of expensive now online, but I really like these. Still working good after years. All right, so let me take you over. We'll add this to the 5 quarts of water, and we'll get going. We're gonna do waterless, we'll do some pre-spraying and some rinseless washing. How about that? And then afterward, we'll come back with the Quick Detailer, and we'll talk about that after. All right, so right here we've got our 6 quarts. So I'm gonna put it into the clear bucket for you. And then we're gonna add our product here. All right, guys, I can just tell you that the smell of the product, I don't like it. It's very florally, like a cheap woman's perfume, I would say. It's gonna be headache inducing. Thankfully, I only have a 32 ounce bottle of this stuff, because just this smell alone is gonna give me a headache. All right, guys, so you can see there's some, I don't know, some kick up of some stuff there. I don't even know what that is. Let me bring you in here. So I have no idea what this is here. Some kind of bug guts. I don't know what I drove through, but let's just spray it down. All right, you know what? I put a grit guard in there, and I'm going to try to do this with just really 1 mitt. I'm not suggesting this, but I just want to see how this is going here. I'll tell you what, it feels really good though, real slick under here. And it knocked it off real nicely. I am actually super impressed with the slickness. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. All right, guys, so it looks nice and clean. The door feels good. It's not super slick. The stench of this, the aroma. Oh, man. That's my biggest gripe here. But it cleaned really nicely. It had nice lubrication while I cleaned. And afterward, actually it's almost, I want to say like that, it'll bring you to that squeaky clean, but it's not squeaky. But you know what I'm saying? It's got that dry feel, that real clean touch. Okay guys, we're out here at the car that sits across the street. It's very dusty. Let's go ahead and try it out on this one. All right guys, so I'm gonna show you, here's the dusty area. I washed this last week in another video. These are the areas that I washed, dust, wash, dust. This is the newest area with InnovaCAR, and I'm telling you, it looks super crispy. How does it feel? Very dry to the touch. It feels like it's super clean, and you could apply something to this. It feels super clean though. Like you're ready to add a coating almost. And you know what? That's what it says on the bottle. All right guys, so actually I am noticing that the paint on my car and on that car feels super squeaky clean. And as I read through more of the product, it says this is a excellent product for you to apply before you apply your coatings. So I guess this must really be cleaning good so that you could just apply your coatings. Now, would I prefer to do a panel prep? Yes, but this feels like it's panel prepping, to be honest with you. This feels really squeaky clean. Probably one of the cleanest ones. I'm gonna have to put this against the McKee's 914 V2 because that's super cleaning power, and I don't get a lot of slickness after I use McKee's V2 914, and this one, same type of thing. And you know what, McKee's 1 to 8 can be used as a prep, so I think they got the same things going on here. But this right now, super clean feeling afterward. You can apply your protection. Doesn't have to be a coating, but you know, coatings are finicky and you want very clean panels, and they're saying, hey, use this product there. I understand. Guys, the product stinks so bad to high heaven though. It's this terrible flower scent. All right guys, how about just waterless washing? Can you see the dirt on this panel here? We're looking at the shaded side this time of this panel. So let's put this down here, and I'm just gonna I'll do the front half of this. This is waterless washing, and a nice clean towel here. I notice how this kind of sits on here real nicely, and it's like it's working, it's cleaning the surface. Ooh, now I tell you what, like this feels really smooth underneath the towel here. That's kind of strange. The paint feels awful, needs clay, needs everything in the world, but this towel just glided on it. That's very interesting. Right here is where it starts to get clean, if you guys are wondering. I tell you what, let's work on this window here. Can you see how bad this is? Okay, so you can definitely see the 50-50. This is very dirty over here, and on this side you can see the cleanliness. Now the inside of the window needs to be wiped down. How about the outside? Is there any? There is no. It's so hot. There's no streaking really. A little bit of, there it is. A little bit of residue, but this isn't the towel for windows that I normally use. All right, let's bring you over to our car here. This gets cleaned regularly. It's just got lots of dust. So let's do a nice spray down there. And I'm gonna get my towel and just clean the dust. And I'm gonna go over it with a clean twisted loop type of towel here. And I'm gonna take. All right, so I did a cleaning. The phone turned off. It's so hot out here. I used the waterless towel that I was using, and then I came back with a clean drying towel, some type of twisted loop, brand new clean. And here is the results. I don't see any residue at all. You can see the other side is super dirty. And look at that, fantastic, look at that. Okay guys, let's do my wheels here. Now I've got to hold this because I got to keep an eye that it doesn't turn off because my phone is hot. So we'll be doing the waterless. Just spray everything down. Now these are coated wheels. These have G-Max, System X G-Max, which is a very, very nice product, especially on these wheels. I've never tried it on paint. I can tell you it does fantastic on my wheels. Look at how clean. Here's the towel I'm trying to show you. The wheels are dirty. All right guys, so I was just kind of looking up online how probiotics work with cleaning, and it's the microorganisms, it says, that degrade the organic filth, I guess. But I tell you what, this stuff cleans really, really good. Bring on the probiotics, guys. Hell yeah. Now they don't really want you working in the sun, but since I got this car inside, it's perfect. They want you to spray it down, let it work for, it says 10 to 15 seconds, and then you can wash it and dry it. All right, we've got some bugs here. Some little bugs. So let's pull it back. I'm going to spray this down. And while I'm letting these bugs soak in here, I'm going to go ahead and wash the rest of my car. All right, and here's where the bugs are. So I'm just gonna go over this real quick, and we'll see, just like that, it washed it right off. A little bit of pre-soaking, no problem. And this is not a bug, it's just some whatever, I don't know. But you can see how clean it got. Bugs came right off. And guys, I don't know if you noticed, but today I'm doing something different. I put just one towel I've been using. I grabbed two, but I said, let me just use one. And I'm gonna rub it on the, this is like the Chemical Guys Grit Guard. And I'm gonna use it on that. And I'm just gonna keep rubbing it in there. Now notice how sudsy this product can become as I'm playing with it here. So it does have some surfactant and polymer technology in there. Definitely surfactants. And you know, I've kind of gotten used to the smell. It's not as strong anymore, but I'm still working within the five quarts here. If I wanted more water, I guess I could take this out. you know, if I was running low. Let's see, can you see the color of that water there? Yuck. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Vroom. All right, guys, well, I did all the glass, and I noticed when I walked around the front, definitely some residue there, but I am using, you see it? I am using like a terrible, I use the same towel for drying the car right on the windows. I didn't break out the actual drying towel for the windows. So, don't hold that against the product. Let me just see. And that's amazing. It comes right off. So yeah, get your regular drying twisted loop. I mean, can you guys see how that worked? You can't see, huh? Wow, wow. Impressive. Now I'm impressed. That came right off. I'm just gonna wipe all my windows now with this towel. Woo. I've never had another product come right off with the residue so easy and cleanly as it did today. Super clean, not even hard, not a lot of elbow grease. I can get it off of other products. This one, boom, 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 buffed it right off. Wow. All right, guys, let's do some quick detailer part. Actually, this feels pretty good. Whatever stuff I have on there underneath feels good on my car. The hood needs a little something. Feeling a little lackluster. All right, so I've got just the thing. W1 Quick Detailer, fast cleaning, protective, and polishing treatment for all surfaces. Let me look into this. All right, so there's a lot to be said about this product. Cleans, polishes, and protects. You can use it wet or dry. Shouldn't harm your waxes or sealants, although it has that polishing, but maybe it's non-abrasive polishing. It's kind of a confusing thing there. Good before car shows. You get some type of protection that you'll get after about 7 hours, I think it said, and basically that's the cure time. So let's go ahead and try this out. Should be glossy and slick afterward. Oh, and it says it can correct like minor imperfections. I'm thinking the way they worded it, like high spots in your coating if you screwed that up somehow. I don't think it's correcting like little marring or scratches, although it could, but I don't know. I'm going with high spots. They use this for lime scale, should clean lime scale as well. A lot going on in here. And it smells like black orchid, it says. That's the scent. To me, it's like a florally grape. I know there's something about florals with them, but this is more of a grape scent to me, so not so bad as the Rinseless. All right, it says to use about 2 to 3 sprays per panel. Ooh, it smells good though. All right, I'm gonna wipe it on and kind of rub it in. It says like polishes, right? So I would suppose I have to be polishing it. And then it says to flip it over. I mean, it feels pretty good underneath the towel, I can tell you that. Yes, it does. All right, let's give that a couple seconds. Let me move on to the part that's in the sunlight over here. And let's do about half the hood here, just so I can compare. All right, and we're gonna put it in one more area right here because I want to see what it does. And I can tell you right now that underneath the towel it's nice and slick. This panel is super hot, but it feels good for the 2 seconds that I can actually touch it. Looks very, very good though. Did I see it feel anything in? No, not really. All right, let's take a feel here. I'll give you guys a look afterward. Not probably gonna see too much, but this is 5 minutes after and it feels very smooth, very slick, buttery, warm butter. How about the part in the sunlight? Absolutely fantastic, just the same, but warmer. How's that look? Ooh, now definitely can feel the slickness on this side versus over here. Stop rubbing the car because it is windy. All right, and as I'm coming over here, you can see the different panel sections that I've been washing. Here's this one, and it feels good, especially since the heat is curing this. The sun is curing it faster out there. So yeah, very nice feeling product, and it's got 6 hours and 45 more minutes to cure. All right, guys, so what'd you think about the video on the InnovaCAR S3 Rinseless wash? We used it at, what did I say? We put 30 milliliters into almost about 5,000 milliliters, which is 1 ounce to a gallon, basically, of water. And the stuff smells horrific, almost, what do you say, like clinical, but with a floral scent to it, so it just gets in there. But as you're working with it, you kind of get used to it. Never gets good smelling, but you just can tolerate it, I guess I'd say. Very floral. Now, this stuff cleans fantastically. It's got those probiotics, I guess, they kind of sit on there, and you can see it how it sits and just encapsulates. It doesn't beat up, it sits on there. My car's got protection, but it just sits and covers the panels like it's sticking to them, basically, and it's those microorganisms are eating away at whatever organic stuff is on there. That's the way I understand it, right? I could be wrong. I'm not saying that's the way it is. I'm just telling you the way that I understand these probiotics. They use probiotics instead of harsh chemicals to clean, and I think that this really does a great job at cleaning. You could feel it afterward. It's nice and clean. The panels, they're very shiny, and really like the product. I also used it at 10 milliliters in a spray bottle as a waterless wash, 10 milliliters to 910 milliliters of water, which is pretty close to a liter in total. And I think that worked fantastic as a pre-spray waterless. No problem. I used that solution to clean my wheels and tires. It did a nice job on the wheels, and it cleaned up the tires nicely, made them, got like the greasiness from the streets and the dressing off of there, and it just gave them a nice, fresh, darker look. So very good product there. If they could change the scent, I'd say all day long. This should last a pretty good while, although it is not like a super dilution monster, but what I used today, yeah, that does the job pretty good. Now, once I got done with that, I got another product of theirs called Quick Detailer W1. This is a cleaning, protective, and polishing treatment for all surfaces, it says. And you know what? It smells a million times better than this. It's almost delicious smelling. Really enjoyable once you come away from this. And as you spray this a couple times on the panel, I rubbed it in flipped it over, rubbed it off. You could feel it definitely as this is being buffed off on the paint. The car looks nice and shiny now, and it says it takes 7 hours to cure, but this should give it some kind of protection on there. We'll see the next time I wash it if I throw some water on there, and we'll try to check the beading if I can remember that. Guys, what do you think? Have you tried these products? Let me know. I got them over at the House of Rags, and thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.